Well, more news. Two Blair teenagers find themselves in court. They're charged as adults. The 14-year-olds are accused of raping a girl in an apartment complex laundry room.
WWT 6 News' Lena Tillett was in court for today's proceedings, and she continues our coverage now live. Hey, Lena.
Joe and Mallory, the hearing on whether 14-year-old Jace Kleebach should be tried as an adult in the first-degree sexual assault of a teen back in August is still going after nearly 4 hours of testimony. We were in there for 4 hours of testimony. Folks are still hitting the stand right now. We heard from the lead detective from Blair Police. We also heard from Kleebach's principal at a Blair middle school who says he was only a student there for about 6 weeks. He moved from Colorado. And then we also heard from an expert named Chris Wicks who treats youth with sex behavioral problems. And he had some of the most interesting testimony on the stand today. We first reported this brutal allegation back in August. A teen girl told police that Jace Kleebach and Justin Greenlaw, who was also 14 years old, sexually assaulted her at a Blair apartment complex, where Kleebach's grandmother lives. Wicks testified that Kleebach's actions were adult actions. He says that's because he and Greenlaw allegedly restrained this victim and then stopped when a car drove by, but then started again once that car left, and then moved forcibly that victim into a laundry room. He argues there was malicious intent and brutal force used that resembles adult-like behavior as opposed to a child who may have stopped once they thought initially that they might get caught. This expert also argues if he's charged as a youth, he does not know whether Kleebach would be fully rehabilitated by the time that he's 18 years old. Now, the defense says there's no clear proof that Kleebach would not be rehabilitated in that amount of time if this allegation is in fact true. And he also said that the victim claimed that the other suspect actually had sex with this victim and that Kleebach only sexually assaulted her with his hands. Now, we talked to Kleebach's grandmother outside of the courtroom who says that her grandson is a good kid and she believes more will come out during the trial.
I think it's ridiculous. He's a child. He's 14 years old. It's ridiculous. He was visiting me and helping me do all the housework that I can't do, rub my feet, Jace is a good-hearted kid, and he loves his little baby brothers and sisters. He's not a mean kid, and this has just been a horrible experience for all of us.
Now, again, his grandmother believes that he's telling the truth, and she thinks that we will learn much more about what actually happened. She says during the trial, Kleebach claims that it was consensual sex. Again, this hearing is still ongoing. We're going to head back into the courtroom here at the Washington County Courthouse to hear more of that testimony, and we will bring you the very latest as it becomes available. With producer Roger Hamer, Lena Tillett, WOWT 6 News.
Lena, thanks. We'll have more on that coming up at 6 o'clock. As for our